Now, she still might get triggered, but don't remind her of the trigger. All right, so you essentially messaged me this morning, and you are feeling like you got to start over. What's going on, man?
Well, he doesn't consider her my wife. She doesn't consider us as even friends. We're just roommates. I know I've told you this before. So I need to pretty much start from ground zero. I think my problem is I was looking at the rejection ladder a little bit closer. I'm skipping rungs way too quickly. I need to master each rung at a time, get really good at it and just stay consistent on that before I try to jump up the next. Be energetic, fun, confident, and just move up. I'm trying to go from a few things on the first rung, and then I jump all the way up to the fucking fourth rung, and then I get shot down, and then I have a tendency to go through a little bit of an emotional spiel, I need to stop that fucking cycle.
Emotional spiel meaning talking to her?
Just
puking?
Or I just feel down and feel down again, like I'm a failure,
You're a failure. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Listen,
I've been better at handling that, but I'm still doing it. So
okay, you've got to think about the rejection ladder within the reset as the whole thing is step by step, but you never lose step one. Or if you're talking about the rejection ladder, you never lose rung one, right? So you get to step two or rung two, you still do step one or rung one, but you're now focused on two and you're implementing that as well. Okay? What happens is not always comfort and complacency. It's that you get so focused on the next step that you forget that you have to continue to maintain the rest of the other steps. So if you think about what I just talked about with Guillaume for a second there, right? No, you go on the holiday, be a man with kids, take your kids. He's still got to do that, right? You can't just be like, oh, today I'm going to focus on purpose, right? And work, like Maddie was talking about with him, but I'm going to leave the kid stuff out. You know what I mean, Matthew?
Okay.
So you go back to taking responsibility, always, always, always with you, because you will quite often just go, I can't, right? It's too much. It's not fair. I'm a failure. And you support losing, right? So maintain your power, okay? You can do this literally with everything that happens throughout your day. Look at it and go, how can I do this better? Never be happy. Never be happy, right? When I was talking to my success manager, he's the guy that's bringing people in the program before I get on the calls with him. I was talking to him and he was like, I don't know if I'm relating well enough. This guy, XYZ, I'm like, what can you do better to relate closer to him? Can we help him? We can't help him if we don't understand. We're not relating. That's a him problem, not a person joining the call to find out about the program. You, in your marriage, is the exact same thing. No matter what, your wife loses her shit. She yells at you again because you suck at dates and she berates you. But could you have done it better? Right? What else could I have done? Could the date have been more exciting? Like, if you look at it from that perspective, you're always trying to be better than you were you're always trying to be better than you were the day before. You can't lose.
1%.
Yes, 1% is all it takes, man. You're still moving forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go to maintaining power. What could I have done differently and better, no matter what, right? It doesn't mean that it's always just, it's always fair. But if you're taking responsibility for you, that man you can look at will not be a failure when we get over this lack of confidence and belief in yourself, this self-value that you're lacking. Because that man is standing behind how he always moves forward. Because you'll start to believe it. And you can do that with everything, man. I'm going to use Maddie's example there. Get up and you make your bed. Could you have made it a little better? Almost always, if it's perfectly made, you could probably do something differently to be better.
Mm-hmm. Brushing
your teeth was the next example, I think. Could you have brushed for another 10 seconds longer? Done a better job? Should you have done it twice over? Get rid of the breath? I'm just literally, stupid shit like that will make you start to understand, no, I'm taking care of myself. I'm good. And you'll have wins that sound stupid, but you need, dude. And now you can move that into bigger things too. So now we get into impact, right? And you start responding. Your wife does complain about the dates. And you just let her feel. Let her run inside of your car and let her feel, get the feelings out, but you don't react. You don't withdraw.
I kind of asked for it on Tuesday, bro.
What happened?
We were going for a hike, and I happened to mention, just real quick, last year Thanksgiving is when we had our first like huge fight. I'm talking, it was a fight kind of like that video with you and Kathryn. We were screaming at each other. She took her ring off, she threw it. I took my ring off, I threw it. It was bad. She spent the night, Thanksgiving night, at her parents' house, brought her kids over there. That's how fucking bad it was. And we were going to make Thanksgiving dinner, just me and her that day, because we don't have kids on Thanksgiving Day itself. And I had a tendency to say, hey, let's do a Thanksgiving dinner this year as we did last year. She fucking snapped because that brought up memories of last year. She said, why would I want to do something that's going to remind me of how Thanksgiving went last year? And then things just spiraled. And
let's talk about that for a second. So that would be in Module 1, Man in Power, using wit as a weapon. Okay? Do you want to use it for
Is that what I did?
Well, yeah, you're bringing it up in a way like you're trying to be cute and funny, so we'll call that your wit cycle here. But you're using it as a weapon, not using it as like the structure for where you want to go, right?
Yeah.
Just tell her like what you want instead of being sarcastic about what was bad.
Well, I wasn't trying to be sarcastic about it. I just mentioned, hey, I would like to do a Thanksgiving dinner this
did I misunderstand?
Thanksgiving Day again.
You weren't joking about. I think maybe I misunderstood. I thought you were joking about having another fight on Thanksgiving.
No, I just said I would like to do a Thanksgiving dinner this year. Just me and her, and cook dinner like we were supposed to do last year. And then she blew up on me about it, and then she came. Go ahead.
Hold on. So that's where you went wrong then. So
yeah.
Hey babe, let's do a wicked Thanksgiving dinner this year. I'm excited. Let's cook up a bird. What do you want, a 10-pound bird or a 5-pound? Now, she still might get triggered, but don't remind her of the trigger. But you're not going to avoid Thanksgiving now because you had a big fight. Does that make sense? But yeah, bring her where you want to go and then respond when she gets all upset. Now, let's talk about what we were talking about earlier. Evaluate. What could I have done better? Well, that's it right there, right? Now, you can't be a failure by making a mistake. So that's okay. I could do that better. The more times you do that better next time, the more that supports the toothbrush thing. More wins. I'm moving forward. I am not a failure. I am moving forward. Because one mistake is not fuck, man. It doesn't mean you suck. You know what I mean? We have to get you telling yourself this. That's why I said using Maddie's example was fantastic. Start with basic shit. Not the stuff that's hard with your wife. Right? Okay? Now, you can find lots of wins within Man with Impact. Even though you made a mistake the other day, quite often, you're a wicked man with impact. Right? You bring a man at play in there, and you're cute, and you're fun, and you do your little dad jokes and shit. Right? Mm-hmm. Nah, it's cool, babe. We're going to go over here instead. And you got the next date, the next structure. There's lots of wins that mean that you can't be a failure. If you're winning, you're not. Matthew, if you're winning, you're not.
If I'm winning, I'm not losing.
That's right. But right now what you do is you tell yourself you're losing so you can never be a winner. That's not real, man. That's in your head.
Yep.
Okay?
That's why I'm really trying to work on this mind shit.